Thanks for before, son. That was a good deed you did me. Only right I do you one in return. Though I did wonder if I'd bit off more than I could chew when Mid showed me her plans for the place. If she hadn't been there to tell me what to do, I wouldn't have known where to start.
Thanks for letting me do this, Clive. I'll pay you back, I promise.
Everything we need to begin work in earnest.
And work in earnest we shall!
I wish Miss Midador would let us help her with her dungeoneering. I wonder what she's going to dungeoneer next.
Let's go and ask her.
I think I'll wait till Mid's away to take a tour.
Blackthorn may be the manliest of men.
I hope you didn't have too much trouble finding the ammonia.
Only the usual.
Oh, yes. This is it. And more than I was expecting. I dare say the patient won't feel a thing. That is, unless I...
You'll do fine. Taya trusts you. Which means I trust you. The hideaway would be lost without skilled physicers like yourself.
Thank you for the kind words. Truly. But... I'm sorry. I'm still terrified. The brand is more than just ink on flesh. It's a death sentence. Milk of the wyvern tail lurking just below the surface of the skin. One ill-conceived incision, a single slip, and the poison fouls the patient's blood. Failure means death, and even success means tremendous pain. Days of agony as the wound heals. I became a physiker to help people, not to kill them. I don't want to kill anyone.
Cursebreakers lead hard lives. And the operation is only the beginning. They toil in the shadows, risking life and limb, knowing their efforts will win them neither glory nor acclaim. And yet we never won for volunteers. Why do you think that is?
Conviction? They're willing to die?
They're willing to fight. To give their lives to create a world where people like us can be more than mere possessions. I know your work isn't easy. But neither is going under the knife. Be a shoulder for your patients to lean on. Stay strong for them.
You sound like Taya. Do you know what she once told me? It's natural for a patient to feel like they're suffering in solitude. And it's a physicist's duty to see that they don't. Thank you for helping me remember that. I won't falter. Not again. I'm sorry I let my fear get the better of me. I'm ready to be stronger. For the hideaway. For all of us.
Damn the bastard who thought to mix branding ink with the foulest poison known to man. Since then, bears have only ever had two choices. Court the crystal's curse in service of their masters, or defy the brand and suffer the wyvern's wrath. Either way, it's an agonizing death. Damn the bastard who thought to mix branding ink with the foulest poison known to man.
I'm feeling a lot better, thanks to Taya's remedies.
Finally got mid out of your hair, have you? Enjoy the quiet. Doubt it'll last long.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Is everything we've received and everything promised? Here you are. Best of luck out there, Sid.
How goes the hunt for Kupka?
Largely in circles. We have myriad sightings of strange soldiers in unexpected places, but nothing definitive as yet. If only we knew for certain by what route he left Rosalith.
Well, keep at it. If anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you. And I'm willing to wait as long as it takes.
What? Here?
Would that be a problem?
Do you know, Clive, I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne. Your poor people would surely live in fear of you.
You have nothing to worry about on that front. I won't be claiming his crown.
That is a relief.
Clive, have you got a minute? We, have a guest.
A guest?
For your trouble.
It was a pleasure, in hindsight.
Uncle Byron? Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens for your favourite uncle is here! Dalmekian government sues for peace. How shall we respond?
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Still, we must insist on
reparations.
Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dalmeks empty their treasuries for us. Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to... to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Very good.
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dalmeks will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they... Once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He's engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmeks to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan.
Голубые рыцари у голубого короля.
And what of your subjects, Your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on. Dion?
Yes, sire.
Империализм гейминг. А пахне як. Саящина империя она такая.
Prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
If that is your wish, Your Radiance, I shall depart at once. May Gregor forgive you.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
Я рыцарем не давал цвет, и похоже, я плохой правитель.
You disappoint me, Dion.
What on earth is Uncle Byron doing here? Only one way to find out.
The little ones have been up to their It's just one thing after another around here. Mid's moved into the storeroom.
Welcome back, Sid. Honestly, Sid, you're too nice for your own good. Do you hear that, ladies and gents? The next round's courtesy of the realm's most benevolent outlaw.
А сейчас там слышно, нет? Ну, это нормально, я там потому что настраивал. Сейчас. А, меня слышно, да, там? Все? А тебя не слышно, да? А, понял. Да, Снап, это... У меня микрофон был выключен. Вообще не умею тут ничего включать, пользоваться.
Tome says he's looking for books about Torgal. I know. Let's write one.
Понял.
Блин, эта озвучка, конечно, вообще конченая. Я не могу. Юная всегда была.
Я сделал, но забыл сохранить.
From the moment of her very first steps.
А чё за клип-то? Это где с пришельцем?
And so... As to why she has stayed away...
Когда король говорит, а я вместо него. Озвучка.
А, сейчас попробую, у меня же это записывает. Последние 15 минут. Сохранить клип. Так, отправить. Все, я в YouTube загружаю. Вот этот клип. Там меня не слышно, да, наверное, когда я так вот делаю? Слышно было там, пока картинка зависла? Все, ладно. То я не понимаю, как тут PlayStation работает. Короче, сейчас у меня зальется в YouTube. Там это можешь скачать по приколу, если надо.
But once they had... Until it was taken away. If that is all, my friend.
А че ему что-то надо рассказывать, интересно? С походом. Ну-ка. Ну что, прикольно стилизовано. Это в стиле первых частей Final Fantasy.
What subject shall we consider today?
Ну, здесь вот это есть. Даже вон звук из самых старых финалок тут идет.
Стрим выглядит, как будто на кампе играешь.
На компе как? Не, там Снап написал.
Лоли.
Ну да, Лоли. Одобряю, одобряю. Да вон ретрик залетел.
Когда катсцены будут, я попытаюсь угадать.
Да блин. Так у меня, смотри, у меня видеоролики записываются постоянно. Блин, я не могу, это озвучка вообще конченая.
Озвучка ебанутая немного, но ладно.
Да. Да, PlayStation параллельно видеоролики записывает постоянно. И еще и эту трансляцию держит. Я офигеваю.
Я сейчас сижу, ржу, бля.
How I've missed you.
Гениальная штука.
Through the good offices of young Sir Wade. He really is the most helpful fellow. As are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tales of your heroics in Rosalith. Which is why I came, to learn the full truth of the matter. Sort the fact from the fiction, so to speak.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosalith to Port Isolde.
Получается от тебя.
Aye.
Сидишь такой, сидишь и вдруг глаз попал Yellow Diamond.
Gladly.
Идемте, дядя.
You there?
Тихо, Ретрикс мой не настолько близкий.
Да, он Ретрикс пришел.
2000.
Да, Снэп не настолько. А потом такой Болди Грин Covering Eyes.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde. Most intriguing.
Forgive me for not being able to
Ты мне кольцо подарил, а потом отникиваешься.
Капец интриги вообще.
Dealt the decisive blow.
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dalmekian fleet and with
Ретрикс кольцо это так. Сапнупуаз. Снапокруем.
Блин, а как эта тусовка работает?
Нет, кольцо это знак.
Настройка голосового чата. Шифровка чата.
into place. Come here and I'll show you.
Блин, чё вы несете? Я вообще не понимаю.
It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said?
Какой знак это знак? Нигде. Читай лучше.
Which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift.
Прекрасно. Сам читай лучше.
A fitting flagship for a land apart. her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to
Мешаем Максу.
into Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you
Да нечего,
invested
весело.
in Titan's survival, whither would you
Такая
take
дичь вообще.
Какие мы хорошие.
a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts?
На кактус не могу различить звук умирающей бабки. Помоги.
Did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their
Сидит с Максом робот-чатель.
flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near
А это
Porto
робот
Zolta?
PlayStation. Там
Spend weeks at
голос,
sea,
как
being
там
tossed hither
называется
and
эта
yon
фигня?
by unforgiving
Озвучка текста.
Представила анимацию.
in the balance. No. The journey would mean Titan's death.
А это все кукуха поехала после VR.
Кстати, да, мы вообще долго в VR просидели.
Чипировали.
А, кстати, Снап, мы там нашли крутой этот режим зомби. Вообще классный.
And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his
Макса чипировали.
lurch into port.
Ну, через 5G, да. Я 5G использую, интернет.
Affected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
Выживание зомби. Да, Макса чипировали, теперь голоса слышать. Ретрикс Фури.
So it was the Waluders who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ship size.
Шизофрения. Там этот Рус и Рикардо Милоса на антенну 5G попали. Да.
Were made to believe that their master
Как в том кино.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely...
Ахахаха, Снап не путает, а ты Фури, я бы с удовольствием стал Фури, но не могу, к сожалению. Да уж, Ретрикс. Какое кино?
allow me to accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
Ретрикс Фури Люк.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready.
Я не уж сам ты уж.
And where we're going.
Кино под названием Флексейр.
Time waits for no man.
Флексаир? Да не.
А это кино?
Mid's finished outfitting her little workshop, I hear. With a little help from Sid, of course.
Шизетрикс, во. Шизетрикс.
Если я Фури, то это не так круто.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
А, тут уже
I'll be
ничего
here
нового нет.
waiting.
Ладно, понял. Купо. Что скажешь? Какие задания будут? А, всех монстров убил.
Так ты Фури. Шизетрикс Геймен.
Блин.
Hurry and make ready, my boy.
Мы вот сегодня просидели в VR, и, блин, жесть. Вы-то за компом там сидели перед мониторами, а я в этом, в шлеме. Это жесть. Я вот недавно его снял, и мне непривычно уже видеть комнату. Я привык, что я в каких-то местах постоянно нахожусь.
Мишлин круто.
В шлеме, да. Да не, вообще классно.
Макс, что в целом происходит в игре? Про VR, да.
В общем, Священная Империя намеревается захватить весь мир. Это вот эти вот голубые. Вот. Вот эта вот девушка, которая сидела на троне, это мать главного героя, за которого я играю. Она, получается, предала свое предыдущее государство. Это Розария, которая принадлежит моему, ну, это моему главному герою. Да.
Даже здесь захватывает всех.
Да. Ну и вот, получается, у меня ГГшник пытается восстановить честь и славе это отца, который погиб из-за предательства жены, матери главного героя. И что там получается, меня клеймили потом, типа как это считали мертвым, всю семью уничтожили, в итоге брат еще погиб, но потом не погиб. В общем, блин, тут куча хитросплетений, Игра престолов. Жесть. И вот сейчас я присоединился к повстанцам, типа вот тут местным. Меня пригласил местный лидер, потом лидер этот погиб, я занял его имя, и сейчас от его имени я совершаю эти вот геройские поступки, так сказать. Zip-файл, да.
Zip-файл. Zip-файл.
Всем zip-файл.
Zip-зайл. Zip-файл. Zip-файл. Файл zip. Ретрикс туэнте лучший. Плана торанзи папал ринг. Ретрикс гей.
Still.
Снапа фури. Ретрикс не лучи.
Ага.
Снапа крут.
Снапа, да.
Снапа экстрем файл.
Блин. Я почему-то услышал снапа экстремальной фурии. Консультация семьи благородного, защитник порта Изольда, заодно и твой дядя. Вообще авантюрист, визит в тайный логово коварного седа беззаконника убеждает в праведности этих слухов. Лорд Росфилд может стать надежным союзником и, надеюсь, щедрым. Его связи в высших сословиях наверняка пригодятся. Да, дядя-то его богат. Считай, тут брат короля. Два чела спорят, кто лучше, и у обоих на аватарке котик. Быть может, он даже пригласит вас... Это уже этот... как там песня называется? Barry the Light? Этот, музыкальная тема этого Верджила.
Тихо, не пали.
А, блин, я уже спалил.
Otto, Kupka's at Drake's Fang. I'll be leaving before sunset.
You're not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry.
Ладно, все же есть кто десиста круче меня. Черт возьми. А Ретрикс даже не знает.
The Lancer and the Fang are all Kupka's personal fiefdom. You have any trouble on the way, you ask.
Ермак не круче тебя. Это тот самый белый пластмассовый стул.
Я понял.
All I know is the name, and that they used to mean.
Тотальный контроль.
Nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new Sid might be able to bring her back into the fold.
I'll keep that in mind.
So,
с козырей зашел.
What about your uncle? I mean, he's welcome to stay, but...
Don't look so worried. He'll be coming with me.
Thank fuck for that.
Gav, Otto, I'm leaving you two in charge.
You can count on us.
А, собаки не работают. Оно собак не озвучивает PlayStation.
Какой абсурд, стул круче Ретрикс стуленты, но такое может быть, увы.
Gave us... Are you sure it's all right for us to take it?
Сам ты собака.
Especially where dispersing his wealth is concerned.
But
Да блин, good vibes.
I don't even know how much that is in Gil.
It's the price of a quayside mansion in the
Ха-ха-ха, но правильно прочитала.
endeavor. He was hoping to part with it anyway, what with war brewing in the region. And, luckily for him,
Так и есть. Мы должны изучить, как это работает.
But still, 2,000.
Так и есть.
I mean, is it normal?
Ха-ха-ха-ха-ха.
It's normal for my uncle.
Fuck me. Oh, the other half live here.
Ха-ха-ха-ха-ха.
We've got a few gil to rub together. Do you think it'd be alright if I splashed out on a few bottles of Lost Wings finest?
Ретрикс не смотрит на экран. Арбуз. Даже не знает сюжет.
Starting with a barrel of the best salt-cured northern salmon.
I'll leave you to decide how
Куда?
best to use it. Just don't spend it all at once, alright?
Даже арбуз.
Кстати, да, она озвучивает арбуз.
Вы решили захватить всех.
Ну, короче, смотри. Тут есть 5 главных кристаллов. Сейчас покажу. Вот такие штуки на континенте существуют. 5 штук. 2 из них я уже уничтожил. Каждое государство пытается захватить все эти кристаллы. И поэтому они между собой и воюют. Как-то так.
May the winds of fortune be forever at your back, Sid.
Птица.
Птица.
The last thing you need when you're crossing the desert is for the wind to pick up.
Ну-ка, мне интересно, сейчас напишу тоже смайлик. Она поймет, нет? Давай вот этот.
Кошка, пульсирующее сердце, радуга. Гоут такой сходит Хорнс. Блин, я смотрел, нет игры, нет жизни, и сейчас ностальгию ловлю. Бафферинг. Бафферинг. Принц, влюбленная пара, мужчина така. Голова единорога, алое сердце, инопланетянин. Не буду спрашивать.
Ладно, это забавно. Бафферинг. Буферинг. А чё, доп. Задания-то есть? Какие-то нет?
Флаг, Казахстан, череп-нож. Ахахахахахах, да лучше не надо спрашивать. Череп, кинжал, морда волка.
Череп, кинжал, морда волка.
All right, uncle.
We shall. Come, let us away to
Наушники, гриф, блины.
Вперед, навстречу приключениям. Блин, такой авантюрист у него дядя, а?
Привидение, клоун, сердце, пронзенное стрелой, следы зуб.
Следы зуб.
Ности показывает язык и подмигивает така.
Подмигивающий така. Ладно.
Ноты торт ко дню рождения, воздушный шарик.
Ой.
Флаг,
Во.
Казахстан, большой палец вверх,
Ну, в Казахстане сейчас воевать будем.
Цензура, лицо в облаках, дыра.
С дядей в Казахстан попали.
young
Последний раз я
man
был
when
здесь
last
еще в
I
юном
walked this
возрасте.
Вампир, танцующая женщина, беременная женщина, кормление грудью.
Должна быть торговая застава, а бой клык у дракона лежит через нее. Так, идем туда.
Последний раз был сасный резонанс.
Загадка песков. Блин, классная локация. Красиво, красиво. Какая пустыня.
Кошки, алое сердце, кинжал, космический монстр, инопланетянин, череп и кости. Планета с кольцом Азия и Австралия, на земном шаре комета, падающая звезда, полнолуние, улитка. 30 язык, силуэт человека, червы, значок, сердце, обнимающиеся люди. Люди с ушами кролика, люди, держащиеся за руки, две женщины, двое мужчин, мужчина и женщина.
Какая себе птичка, а? Не вижу этих летающих врагов. Ну, кстати, у меня же защита есть. Вообще битва. Еще не освоил эту новую магию.
Восход солнца над горами, остров, снег, вулкан, кактус, гора со снежной шапкой, древесина.
Many years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I rode this way together, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Land.
Флаг, Казахстан, кинжал, алое сердце, восход, восход солнца над горами, национальный парк. Вера, кресло, коляска с ручным приводом, ночной город, закат в городе, душ, унитаз, ванна, перчатки, рулон бумаги.
You'll never forget how Elwyn fucked over you, sat in the sand,
Это новые заклинания для победы.
Да, конечно. Это же, это дичь какая-то вообще.
Бумаги, унитаз, рулон бумаги, унитаз, рулон бумаги, унитаз, рулон бумаги, унитаз, рулон бумаги, унитаз, какашка.
Я теперь понимаю, почему эти голосовые чаты отключают. Это жесть.
Баклажан, огурец, 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 огурец. Скибиди доп, люди с ушами кролика, танцующая женщина, огонь.
Скибиди доп? Это знакомое, где-то слышал это скибиди доп. Блин, локация вообще красивая. О. Такой кайф и музыка.
Персик, банан, персик, банан, персик, банан, персик, 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 банан, термометр, огонь, вулкан, 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 полная луна с лицом, новая луна с лицом. Сидим и используем свою финальную фантазию.
Двоих скорпионов разом? Вау. Неплохо, неплохо.
Капля крови, мозг.
300 тенге потратил. Молодец, Торгаль. Давай, Торгаль. Да, нашли что вспомнить, Леша GPT. Она тебе, скорпиончик.
Леша же потеря, это классика.
Блин, я не знаю.
Соня уровня Дайрект 13.
Я вообще хз, слышит они тебя, не слышит?
А еще есть яблочные игрушки. Паскуали меня не озвучила.
Кстати, я не знаю.
Понял, череп.
Кстати, у меня же Чикоба есть. О, помнишь, Ретрикс? Ты на мне катался.
Банкнота с крылышками. Ретрикс тебя озвучила. Элбоу-бам.
Ах ты, на меня напал, а?
Да помню. Не, это скам-арбуз.
Капец, насколько я сильный стал вообще.
Снап, хочешь мешок денег за персик-банан?
Персик-банан. Мешок
Зомби,
денег.
зомби, 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 зомби.
Вкусный зомби? Только в Майнкрафте.
Нет, не хочу.
Это типа гиены, что ли?
Флаг Казахстана, Нигерия, Нигерия, Нигерия. Прямо бы были бы как кормление грудью.
Капец, у меня сейчас этот режим демона, блин. Очень долго действует.
Арбуз.
Ты неправильно написал. Надо было сначала написать диджей, а потом отправлять смайлик арбуз.
Have you lost your way already, my boy? The ruin.
Зомби, обнимающиеся люди. Жин арбуз.
Блин, сбили атаку. Да.
Джинсер арбуз.
Джинсы арбуз.
Зомби Дизи арбуз.
Что-то я вот не помню, такой эмодзи вообще существует. Так, Амброзия, ко мне. Сейчас поедем. Блин, обожаю пустынные локации. Я их просто настолько люблю.
Зомби-диджей арбуз.
Зомби-диджей арбуз? Что? Вау, это кто? Это черепаха?
Опять.
Фастито Колон. Что? Ты кто такая? Или такой? Ладно. У нее морозная магия.
Бешеные локации, как всегда.
Нифига она пуляет изо рта, блин, мороза. Что за фигня? Капец черепаха. Нет, она Торгальда обижает. Я тебя накажу за эту черепаху. Если ты колун или хрен его знает. Короче, ужасная тварь. Сейчас попробую ее пробить. На. Удар Айкона. Черт, какая же офигенная музыка здесь.
Темный тон кожи, аплодисменты. Очень темный тон кожи, бицепс, аплодисменты.
Режим демона. Страшно, что такое сейчас потеряю. Нет.
Указывающий направо палец, очень темный тон кожи, указывающий налево палец, очень темный тон кожи.
Блин, ее нельзя вообще по броне бить. Все удары отскакивают, а? Что она делает? Почему она летит? Капец она конченая, эта черепаха. Там дядя полетел у меня вообще. Нет, забавная черепашка. Ну, я почти защиту пробили.
Давай, Макс, с тобой силости видишь. Невысокое напряжение.
Есть, получилось. Сейчас задамажим. Картейл триггер откатился. Феникс.
Какое напряжение.
Да она вообще жирная. Я ей только половину хп снял. Она меня почти убила.
Гроза молния. Высокое напряжение.
Она очень больно бьет. Да отстань ты от меня. Давай, Торгальд.
Баузер на пенсии.
Да ты... Мне даже сложно назвать его Баузером. Это что-то жестче. По-моему, Баузер был намного легче. Там всего-то надо было через него перепрыгнуть, и он в лаву падал. А тут, блин, не знаю, 2 миллиона хп. Там, если бы, мне кажется, Баузер с ним дрался, он бы отсосал. Так чуть-чуть. Она почти попал по ней. Ладно. Есть, увернулся. Самое главное, увернулся. Все как в Bloodborne. Есть. Я ее оглушил! Офигенно. Нет. Ай, рано увернулся. Черт. Нет. Я почти умер. Мне хана. Надо зелька выпить. Она меня почти убила. Не, конченая черепаха вообще.
Черепаха.
Да что она творит, я не понимаю. Самое смешное то, что я на нее вообще случайно наткнулся. О, Феникс, давай, добей его. Блин, моего дамага не хватает. Вообще не хватает, вообще не хватает. Пожалуйста, умри, черепах. Есть. Девил триггер. Готов. Она добилась. Она сама себя убила. Она сама себя убила. Фух. Короче, у меня есть такой скилл электрический. Я ставлю типа... Как она фигня называется-то? Сейчас прочитаю название. Че с нее падает багровит? Ага. Бля, ну не, черепаха кончена, на меня чуть не выебло. Короче, у меня есть скилл, называется... Да, вот, громоотвод. Создайте шаровую молнию, которая при ударе последовательно поразит еще несколько противников. То есть, когда я по ней ударяю, по этой шаровой молнии, она дамажит всех вокруг. А черепаха, я под нее ее поставил. Черепаха начала дамажить этот громоотвод. Ее, получается, этот громоотвод просто добил. Она сама себя убила. Блин, офигенный скилл. Я еще вот 10 часов назад, по-моему, вот когда только на 20-м часу игры начал понимать все эти тут тактики более-менее.
Ладно, я устала, ретрикс, зомби, баклажан. Шипа Майнкрафт.
Шипа Майнкрафт. Так, отдыхай, конечно. Чё? У тебя и так сегодня тяжелый день был.
Не зыра за бочка.
Блин, аж надо было на такую черепаху мне наткнуться. Жесть. Я в шоке.
Не гроза бочка.
Не грози южной бочке.
Сто баллов. Катается со смеху, смеется до слез.
Катается со смеху, смеется до слез. Че прикольно в этой озвучивалке, то что этих... у него ударение неправильное. С этого рожать можно.
Человек в бане, человек у парикмахера, человек в позе лотоса, не гроза бочка.
Не грози бочки. А вы кто?
Гора со снежной шапкой.
Опять эти шапки, что ли? Голодные напали.
Человек в кровати, человек в кровати, человек в кровати, человек в кровати.
Это капец.
Арбуз не гроза бочка. Морда волка, морда волка, морда волка, морда волка, морда волка, морда волка.
Морда волка. Нифига, какие-то торговцы идут. Типа каравана. Там. А, тут город.
Циклон, торнадо,
типа, да?
зонт под дождем, снег, слепой дождь, кружащаяся звезда, ничего не вижу.
Главное, везде чокобы используют. Ни верблюдов, там, ни лошадей. Одни чокобы. Блин, я хочу жить в этом мире. Чокобы офигенные. Кто бы что ни говорил.
Ха-ха-ха-ха-ха. Ничего не вижу. Злой кот.
Злой кит? Блин, как чокоба шагает. Офигенно.
Зомби-баклажан.
Хочу чокоба.
Come on. Fly, Ambrosia.
Кенгуру.
Ah, there she is. The good old
Курица злится.
Oh, this heat has given me quite a thirst.
Давай, спокойной ночи тебе. Thank you.
Курица язык.
Курица язык. А чё это он злится? На кого?
Look there. Those are ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stone here. Our Luda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them? Run along and play.
Курица вкусно, высокая громкость, пускает слюни вкусно.
Жесть.
Good day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
Невраза бочка, влюбленное лицо, дом, куриная ножка.
Your pal?
Would you rather be my squire?
Роженосцы, блин. Тут его брат. На втором этаже брат его. Капец.
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak.
ДНК, куриная ножка, какашка, пустыня.
You do understand that?
Ладно, я тогда тоже спать, пока удачи.
You must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Так, конечно, Ратрекс. Давай, отдыхай. Спокойной ночи.
Keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand.
I hear they got our
https://youtube.com касая черта CLIV и касая черта UZIKX www.CFQPPB5D2 PPMCTSPI3UIUQPDS _, вопросительный знак равенства O1 VV6FXEUIX2 RPLOY. Здорово.
О! Здорово, хидность.
Sorry.
Капец, они в передрягу, блин, попали. Не то сказал, чел. Блин, и брат сейчас его, получается, свалит, и они не встретятся.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
Снапа, конечно, дает со своим предложением.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here.
А что за предложение? Что случилось?
Be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads, but we've got business in camera that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two. Friend.
Он говорит про https://youtube.com касая черта CLIV и касая черта UZIKX www.CFQPPB5D2 PPMCTSPI3UIUQPDS _, вопросительный
Капец, у него дядя, блин. Быстренько похавал такой. Не вмешивайтесь, дядя. Ладно. Что, он сейчас кушать будет, что ли? И смотреть? Блин, реально сныкался и кушает там. Да капец. Сидит там и жрет. Ну что за дядя, а? Капец. Ладно,
давай я спать.
Так, сейчас гляну. Давай, это... Тох, спокойной ночи тебе.
Удачного стрима.
Спасибо. Да я просто для теста так с плоечки пробую. Смотрю, как качество, да это... Какие приколы есть. Изучаю, так сказать, как это работает. Такой доел. Денег дал.
Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Небольшое замечание.
Now's our chance.
Блин. Не увижусь с братом. Черт.
Your Grace?
I'm fine.
Ну чего-то не сбегает. Ну зачем?
Clive?
Ну, он хотя бы его почувствовал сейчас.
What is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
Like eating a cloud with a crust.
The most fragrant herbs and spices from the breads of the twins and beyond.
Интересный бузор. А этот в гостиницу не дадут, да, вернуться? Блин. Или как там таверна была? А, вон как работает.
I need to drink.
Fucking men of the wrong.
Ah, they've closed the road. And it's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalamil, woman of mystery. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Sid. Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means, the wealthiest and most successful members of their communities. I'll wager this Rosina Dalamel is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of the town.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
Won't you come and play, handsome?
arms are like iron. Are all your muscles so hard?
Well, I'd be happy to show you, provided I can afford it.
Plates and pots! Bowls and basins!
How about a hot bath to soothe the aches and pains of the road?
Look, Father. Hot water. But where are the bearers who heated it?
It wasn't heated by magic. It comes out of the ground.
Hanging lanterns, keep the darkness from your door.
Looks like we're getting back to Drake's family.
Light it, for Gilbert's sake. Clara, aren't you?
Anything I can help you with, travellers?
Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest trading houses of Port Isolde. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of Dalamil's leading entrepreneurs. If only we knew where to find them.
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets, and our smithies. I suppose you could do worse than start your search at one of those.
Thank you. You've been most helpful. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know a lady by the name of Rosina Dalamil, would you?
No, I can't say I do.
Well, thank you all the same.
Dalamil is famous for its spas, its markets, and its smithies. Somebody at one of those might be able to help you.
1,000 gil for a measly bunch of dissolved trees.
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long. I'm looking for someone. A woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. Do you know her?
Never heard of her. Is that all?
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town, where would you recommend that I look?
Oh, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finer smithy this side of the strait. The owner's only a young sprig, but he's got all the right ideas.
The Briar's Kiss, you say? Thank you.
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience, believe you me.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal.
How many times do I have to tell you? It's not a toy.
Can I help you? Yes, I'm looking for a woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. A long-standing pillar of your community, I believe, from old trading stock.
Then you should ask further. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand. And he's in with all the old merchant families. Try the baths. That's where you'll usually find him.
Thank you kindly. Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Furder knows.
Sweet incense, wax candles.
Excuse me. Are you Furder?
I am. Can I help you, travelers?
I hope so. You've lived here for some time, is that correct? Do you know Rosina Dalamil? We believe she may be a trader of some renown.
And what business do you have with the desert hare?
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll arrange an introduction.
Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think.
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around?
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to lose it.
It's over. Get him. Get him.
Enough.
Who are you working for? Him or her?
Him. The boss. He wanted us to test you.
Though one could hardly call that a test.
Lord Ferda?
Look what the cat dragged in.
Your skill with the blade is rare indeed, my lord. A fitting talent for an outlaw.
You know who I am. So what now? Call in the Men of the Rock and collect the bounty?
That isn't my decision to make. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She will be interested to make his acquaintance.
Yes, my lord. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
To the Lock of Leisure.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Fresh bread.
Juiciest meat from Green's Head.
The finest fabrics.
Is this the place?
Ubor's Forge. The Briar's Kiss.
Ah, so it was the young sprig after all. So much for Rosina Dalamil being a woman of experience. How wrong I was.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last saw her. Sorry, him. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of means. I'd say he deserves our respect.
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Ferda told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second.
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you... So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're going to listen to this swaggering scruff.
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man, 5 times my age? But enough of the pleasantries. We were speaking of what I want. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then, I bid you good day.
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders, be clear about them, damn you!
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What did you call me?
My apologies. A word of advice in recompense. Follow the crystals. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy for you.
Ha! It will be easy. Solving his little riddle should be like dealing with him. Child's play. Let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not drag this parlor game on any longer than we need to.
All right. Good luck, Uncle. I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dalamil.
He's not Sid. He can't be. What? Are you calling Master Lubor a liar?
The misfortune Dalamil finds herself in is of a crystalline nature. So do be discreet in your inquiries,
Master Lubor has high expectations of you. Don't disappoint him.
A deposit? For what?
Information, my good man. Now, listen carefully.
Take a sniff, good sir. Needed to a silken softness, like eating
You
a
wouldn't
cloud.
believe how much he gave me.
Well, I hope you gave us...
What can I do for you, soldier? Need that sword polishing?
I'm not a soldier.
Ugh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the Rock and the men of the Rock only.
You have an agreement with them?
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. With pockets deeper than Zemeckis and an urge to empty them. No, just leave, will you? Before you scare them off. Do you think they'll be back soon? I need a new dress.
If they pay anything like last time.
Weights and puts! Holes and masons!
The juiciest meat from Green's Head.
Master Lubor has high expectations.
A word of advice, traveller. You see pots like this around town, you leave them alone. Unlike where you come from, fresh water's in short supply around these parts. We store what little rainwater we get in these pots for, well...
Do you have a moment?
Depends what for.
Just a question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way. Is there a reason for that?
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Fang, for one. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hard-earned gil. The men of the Rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so? Well, thank you. Don't let me keep you from your work any longer.
The men of the Rock are Lord Cook's private guard. He must be a generous man.
Excuse me. Is it true there's been trouble with crystals of late?
You've heard, then?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves. Pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light our stoves. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these last few moons. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market, either. Whoever's taking them, they aren't sharing.
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. He'll probably be back at the inn by now.
Why is the tavern shut?
It's you, the one who broke all our furniture. What do you want? Haven't you caused enough trouble already?
I'm looking for my pal. Have you seen him?
The gentleman who was with you? Yes, he's upstairs, but...
Thank you. I'll go and fetch him.
Let me treat you. I need a drink.
Fucking men of the wrong.
What was all that crashing and banging about before?
The most fragrant herbs and spices from the breadth of the
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Get it while it's hot.
Have a taste.
Will this suffice as a deposit?
By the sands. That's a black pearl.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would be only too happy to part with, should you give me reason to do so.
All right. right? I'm sure that we can come to an agreement, but not here.
What are you doing, Uncle? Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without it. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might purchase crystals. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to trade in such things. But my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract the attention of those uniformed ruffians. They took me aside and said they could procure the crystal I sought if I proved I could pay for it.
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd ask for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so. A small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. But enough about my little act of subterfuge. What did you discover?
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think they're being stolen. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere, and pocketing the profits.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then, just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this would be difficult. It just goes to show, one should never underestimate a Rosfield. We'll soon wipe that smirk off his face. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can...
Кстати, подписался на тебя в надежде на ответку, но ты не захотел.
Of course.
Привет. Да. Спасибо за подписку. У меня уведомление не приходит. Я не вижу, кто подписывается. Окей, подпишусь.
Let me treat you. I need a drink.
Fucking men of the wrong.
Да как тут пройти-то? Одни лабиринты. Блин, далековато идти. Где здесь проход? Так этот... Все, я понял, переулок. Да.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Do you think they'll be back soon?
Kneaded to a silken softness.
Yes, they're quite soft.
Разобраться бы еще. Ваши действия, ваши данные. Сделаю проще. Да. Так, пока по АФКшу. Разберусь, как здесь это копировать. Да, как все с телефона-то сложно делать. Провода, блин, ненавижу провода. Ё-моё, не в ту сторону пошел.
This is no time to ride. Not here. Let's go.
400 метров ехать. Ну ладно.
Get him! This one. This one. Sick him.
Give me thunder!
Come on. Time to fight. Thanks, Gal. This one.
I'll take it from here.
Ну да. Сейчас дядюшка всем задаст.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what What guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And, being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion, and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them! Kill them both!
It's not over yet, Uncle! Good! I'm just getting warmed up! This one! Well, that wasn't too bad. How'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice. Don't you?
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly thrilling. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but perhaps that's for the best.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly, buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and conspiring with the Royalists. Well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men. let alone a foreign army. Until you two came along, that is. Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon. It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second is a Clive. I suppose it could have been worse. Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the South Gate, was it not? To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their missing comrades. And those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt to pass through.
Thank you. And please allow me to cover your costs. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust? I saw you pluck it from one of the bodies.
Oh, dear. Was I really so obvious?
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield, thank you very much.
No, thank you very much, Greybeard.
Double the... Ugh!
Here, wear this. Any friend of mine who sees you with it shall be a friend of yours.
Thank you, Lubor.
And please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalamil is back in bed with Sid.
Omia Lostelan. Tu Isakelis.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive? So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then, I wish you a safe journey south.
Thank you.
Not at all. It was my pleasure.
Come on, Uncle. Let's go.
This is no good. I was hoping to get out of the heat for a little while.
Is it true what I'm hearing? The men of the rock were carting off our crystals for themselves?
It'd certainly explain why we haven't been getting our fair share of late.
The finest fabric!
Take a sniff, good sir.
The juiciest meat from Green's Head.
Plates and pots!
Hanging lantern!
They've opened the gate.
Lubor was true to his word.
Silver platter.
The baths are, closed for scrubbing. Please bear with us a little longer.
All those years of toil. Every coin I've ever earned is tied up in this place.
Are you all right?
The baths are closed. Leave me be. On second thought, perhaps you are just what I need. Might your services be for hire?
That depends on the job.
I'd have you save my business, the baths. The water's turned scalding hot and all the crystals in Dalimil wouldn't be enough to cool it. I've no doubt that my woes stem from the water's source. But I can't go and investigate for fear of my customers thinking I've abandoned the place. I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one. I beg of you. Go to Dusnoff Terraces. Tell me what you find there.
All right. I'll go and take a look.
Wonderful. It's not far. Leave the market by the south gate. The smell of sulfur will guide you the rest of the way. These baths are all that keep me from an ignoble end in a debtor's prison. My livelihood, my very life, is at stake. In all my years tending the baths, I've never known anything like this to happen. Please, find out what's gone wrong. In all my years tending the baths, I've never known anything like this to happen. Please, find out what's gone wrong.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Fresh bread,
Light meat
warm
and
from
dark,
the oven.
fresh from the grill. My carpets have pride of place.
I've never even forged a button. Perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun at my expense.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Neither would I.
Oh, wait. Are you Clive?
Sorry, my mind was elsewhere. I'm Sava, Master Luber's least accomplished apprentice. Soon to be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. Maybe I'm just not the resourceful type. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am, unable to make a decent bit of kitchenware. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit of Dalimil. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I don't suppose you have any idea what he's on about, do you?
I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask. It was that or pack my bags.
I could give you a hand if you like. I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been, and that Lubor needs all the capable hands he can find.
I'd be a fool to refuse.
So, where do we start?
Good question. If I'm honest, I've never made any kind of knife before. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit of Dalimil. Nothing is ever simple with that man.
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Lubor's puzzle. We need information. The more the better.
You're right. There's no point fumbling in the dark, I suppose. Now, who to speak to first? Well, there's plenty of folk in Dalimil who use knives for a living. There's the butcher, of course, and any number of cooks. They're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of their trade. All right. I think we have a plan. Let's get to it, shall we? I'll talk to every cook I can find. You speak to the butcher, and anyone else you can think of.
All right. Good luck.
Let's hope that someone says something useful.
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I better get to it.
You wish to talk? I'm honored. How very fitting.
Of course. There's simply no other way. Ours is a blessed corner of the Velcroy.
Hello.
Вау. Я в шоке, Люк. Хаюшки. Чё, какими судьбами?
At least they did.
Смеется с закрытыми глазами.
So,
Слегка улыбается.
Да, это на PlayStation 5 озвучивание текста. Вообще беспонтовое.
you and I... What? Alas. Still... Farewell now.
Чё, как дела?
Is it true what I'm hearing? The men of the rock.
It would make a fine
Needed.
Welcome, sir. What can I do you for?
A question, if you don't mind. I need to know what makes a good carving knife.
You a blacksmith or something?
Something, I suppose.
Fair enough. Knives, is it? First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat, no problem, but sinew dulls cheap steel in no time. Give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block, and I'm a happy woman.
So a knife that stays sharp.
Weird.
Makes sense.
Lights and pots!
И
Да, ничего не понял. Блин, ты чё, куда идти-то опять? Кузнец своего счастья. Это второй этаж, что ли? Чё, в натуре? А, в этой области. Так. Ну, по сути, я могу сюда заглянуть.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
О,
Anything I
магазин.
can interest you in?
Блин, платиновый меч. Он у меня уже был. Когда-то был.
Thank you for your
Теперь
custom.
это для меня фигня.
What is it? I'm in no mood for chatter.
Sorry. Do you mind if I ask your trade?
Hunter, why?
I have a question. Can you tell me what makes a good carving knife? I assume you use one out in the field.
Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be dealing with a brittle blade, not while I'm on the hunt. If your knife snaps every time you use it, you'll be spending coin as fast as you make it. Times are hard enough as it is.
Thank you. I won't keep you any longer.
All business, eh? Man after my own heart.
So, a carving knife should be hard.
I have great.
Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Да, ладно, окей, понял, принял, Люк.
Just look at the detail. Kneaded to a silken soft. The most fragrant herbs.
My carpets have pride of place.
Чё, и всё, я двоих расспросил, и этого достаточно? Ну ладно.
So, how'd it go? You learn anything useful? Or?
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp. But I don't see how that relates to the spirit of Dalamil.
I didn't have much luck either. All the cook said was that he needs his knives to be light. Too heavy and they do his shoulder in.
So we're no better off than when we started. Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with his Dalamil remark. But that can't be right. I've bandied enough words with the man to know that he chooses them carefully. No. We must be missing something. Something right in front of our noses, most likely.
No doubt you're right, but I have to make a start soon. I can't put off making this knife forever.
Agreed. Lubor wouldn't like that much.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. But it's hardy enough if you don't hammer it too thin, and it sharpens up nicely with a bit of effort. Trouble is, it's either durable or it's light. Meaning someone is going to be disappointed. Forge Master Lubor, probably.
Is there no one else you can turn to? Someone who knows their metals, perhaps?
The other apprentices know better than to help me with my test. But maybe there is someone I could turn to. A merchant, a favourite of Forge Master Lubor's, who sells metals to tradesmen passing through the Valcroy. I bet she'd know a thing or two.
И чё, куда он убежал?
This is no good.
Getting our fair share of late.
Out of the heat.
А, ну нифига себе. Да вы прикалываетесь, это опять в пустыню. Что такое-то? Ладно, сейчас на Чукоба сгоняю.
Ambrosia won't help me here. Come on.
Yeah.
Safe. Any luck? Or will you be needing help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but... you tell him.
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options. They're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick of the whetstone. But adamantite ore is unique to ash, so it doesn't come cheap.
And it's beyond my skill to handle.
Unique to ash. Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it. Make it lighter.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife. Perhaps his Dalamil remark wasn't a riddle, but a hint.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled Dalamil to get at her mineral deposits. And, if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive out impurities from low-quality iron.
Bloody hell! That must be it! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths to know how it works.
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all that you've done for me, but...
The limestone? Fine. I can hardly abandon you now. Besides, I want to know if this is the answer to Lubor's little riddle.
I can't thank you enough, Clive. You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in the terraces. The place is bloody made of it.
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at the forge.
Right you are. I'll see you shortly. So, do you crush it up?
Понятно. Подай, принеси. Ну что за фигня? Так, залежь, да, известняка. Что-то где-то вроде... А, все, я нашел. Да. Как раз на пути ко второму квесту. Блин, я все еще плутаю по этому городу.
Take a sniff, good sir. Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Lights and pots!
Hanging lanterns, keep the darkness from
Well, we can make our way back.
А, вот эти ворота.
We should get going soon.
What do you want?
Do you have water?
Directions? Either take this road to the...
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with royalists. Talmeki and Walud are allies, and as you have seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of holies.
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. My man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several days. I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you on the road ahead.
Isn't there always?
If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the mines, where the guard is lightest. I've lost one Cid already. If I lose another, people will start to think me careless.
I don't plan on dying. Not before Kupka does, anyway.
Well, so long as you have a plan.
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
Красивая локация.
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what Sava needs.
Нифига, сколько обходить. Ладно, я на Чкоба.
Come on, girl, the gate's open now.
are those things?
Straight home now.
Что он сообщит?
Something awful's taken up residence in the springs. You'll turn back if you know what's good for you.
By the flames. That explains the heat. Well done, This one. Over here. This one.
Фух, чуть не сдох.
Let's cool things down a bit. Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from boiling.
This is no good. I was hoping to get out of the heat.
I wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this is enough.
You are one of the good ones, you know that? You and that merchant both, she's got quite a gift for teaching that one. Now, time to see if limestone is the secret weapon we were hoping for. That'll do, I reckon. A knife forged from the very rocks of Dalimil. Her spirit, if you will.
It's a fine-looking blade.
I only hope Master Lubor agrees.
That sounds like my cue. And just as well. I was getting tired of waiting.
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look then, shall we? First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine people of Dalamil?
I'd like to think so. But what do you think?
What do I think indeed? It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy, heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still leaves you short of the mark.
And I was so certain I had it all worked out.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but it certainly shows initiative. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd made this?
Well, if it took you even a fraction of the time it took me, I would say you could demand a heavy purse.
And who would be able to pay that? The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn? Dalamil is home to humble traders, not wealthy lords and ladies. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava, know your customers.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is just about passable. But only just. I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will. Thank you. I was wondering, what would you do if you were asked to forge a carving knife?
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's for. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
There goes a master, all right.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the Forge Master's riddle, though, eh? The spirit of Dalamil had nothing to do with limestone or anything much at all. Meaning, I had you run around for no good reason.
You've passed your test. That's all that matters. You'll have a forge of your own in no time.
And when I do, I'll craft you the finest carving knife you have ever seen.
I hear you and the Master are working together now. Glad to have you on board.
After it. What is it now? Don't be a stranger.
Ничего нового.
The finest fabric.
Take a sniff, good sir. Kneaded to a silken softness.
Plates and pots! There he is.
Что твои бани чистые?
I was hoping we'd be seeing you again. The baths grow more bearable by the moment. It won't be long now before we are back to business as usual.
I'm glad to hear it.
Now, tell me this. What did you find at the terraces? What threatened to make me a pauper?
Not what I expected, that's for certain.
You tell a fine story. That's not to say I don't believe you, though. Creatures made of flame, eh? That's something new to worry about. But I burdened you with my worries enough already. Here, a small something by way of thanks. Right. It's high time I got back to work. With a little luck, the day might yet be salvaged.
scrubbing is almost finished. We appreciate your patience.
Look, Father. Hot water.
Hanging lanterns, keep the darkness from your...
Well, we can make our way back.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Come on, girl. The gate's open now. We can press on. Broken down, you say? From the weight of its load?
Aye. The guards are furious about it. You do well to steer clear.
Well, if it's blocking the road, it'd be a wasted journey anyway.
Get that damned wagon fixed! Unless you'd rather our men in Dalamil starved.
The axle's gone, Captain. There's nothing I can do.
There it is. Drake's Fang.
Kupka will be hiding inside.
Along with goodness knows how many guards, all on highest alert. You'll need to keep your wits about you if you're to reach him. So be careful.
I will, Uncle.
Before you go, Clive, allow me to apologize. After what befell at Phoenix Gate and the crisis that followed in its wake, I fled. I retreated to my counting house and danced attendance upon the vicereine in the hope it would bring me favor. I betrayed my nation to save my skin, like the coward I am. And I'm sorry.
Uncle, please.
It's not too late, Clive. Rosaria is yours by right, and there are those that would help you to take it back. Had I the courage of my brother, I might already have done so. But that ship has sailed. You, however...
No. Forgive me, but I cannot. I fight to build a new world now. A better world. Where men can live and die on their own terms. I was raised in a nation that strove to improve the plight of bearers. Only later did I realize that spark of freedom did not arise by chance, but was kindled by my father. would see me follow in his footsteps. And that is exactly what I mean to do. Not by ruling Rosaria, but by extending his ideals to the whole of the Twins. Though every soul in the realm may judge my actions heresy, I am certain my cause is just.
You really are just like him, you know. Thank you, Clive, for coming back to me. I am proud to call you nephew. Well then, this is where we must part ways. Wish me luck in convincing my Canvarian friend to share his considerable talents. I mean to plunder his coffers and prove myself worthy of a place in your merry band. Till then, my boy.
Till then, go safely, Uncle.
And you, nephew. We have much to catch up on, you and I. I shall expect you to regale me with the tales of all your adventures when next we meet. You can regale me too, Torgal.
I'm coming for you, Kuka.
Блин, дядя просто прелесть. Все, я не могу. Меня вырубает, спать хочу. Да, Люк, если ты тут, спокойной ночи. Я пойду.